Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live watch party. We are live. It is Monday night. We are hanging out. Thank you, everyone, for coming on in. Thank you for watching on the replay. I know that's very common for a lot of you. Sometimes it's good. Just turn on the replay, let it go while you're doing some other stuff. Max, hope you are well. I'm well. I've been busy. Glad Cobra Kai won the Sakai Takai. Me too. Me too. Day 20 of asking for season 7. There's more story to tell. Day 20, huh? Leave them wanting more. No, season 7 ended just fine and doesn't need another season. Yes. Keep in mind, a show gets exponentially more expensive. So because all the actors want more and more money, it's kind of normal. I wish I could get that kind of money, right? But so like that's why places like Netflix, they're like saying to them, can we wrap it up, right? Because it's a good show, it's a successful show, but it's getting more expensive, and they're like, can we wrap this up? Let's wrap this up. And that's kind of the way it just goes, uh Reese lives. You think so? Obviously it's a popular theory. Well, I mean, they shot something, he was still alive. Hey, maybe he's still alive, but that's most people think he died. Braden's here. Hey, thank you for coming on in, Braden. That was very nice of you. Six seasons in a movie. Many people, yeah. 6 seasons in a movie. I guess a movie is always about out there. If this new movie this year, Karate Kid spin-off Legends, if that's successful, like wildly successful, where they're like, Sony's like, let's do more of this, that could spawn a movie. If the movie is not successful, I doubt there would be any movie. There could be a straight to streaming movie. Maybe Netflix would do something like that. Depending on what they look at Cobra Kai and what they want to do, maybe some sort of straight to streaming. But if you're thinking theatrical release movie, currently, like, obviously they're going in the direction of this other thing. Like, but see, like, keep in mind, like, let's say this Karate Kid Legends is a huge hit. Hey, who knew? It blows it out. They're more likely to do a sequel to that first, because then they'll say, do 2 more of these, more. And then like a Cobra Kai movie could be put on as an afterthought. But I don't think that's the first look of John, Josh, and Hayden right now. Kreese is more hard to kill than Steven Seagal, a reference to the movie Hard to Kill, right? Silver Lives. Ooh. Yeah, Silver Lives. It is nice. Terry Silver never dies. Greetings and salutations, as if he were Shakespeare. Greetings and salutations back to you, Jonathan. Why haven't we got an announcement for a spinoff? I can't say. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting. I don't know. Who would announce it? Netflix or Sony? Probably Netflix, but I don't know. Maybe they're just waiting till after the movie. If that's a Sony decision, because they want the focus on the movie now. Netflix doing a streaming movie of Legends isn't successful. Yeah, that's how I'd say. You want the powers to be considered. If they want to consider expanding Chosen and Barnes arcs, they need to prioritize them over others due to them being older. If they want to consider expansion arcs, they need to prioritize. Well, okay. I mean, okay, so I had to read what you wrote like 3 times. Yeah, I think while we're talking, if they made something more about Chosen or Barnes, it would be primarily focused on Chosen or Barnes. So in that case, yes, they would be prioritized because then they would be the main characters, not like the supporting character. The anthology idea for a spinoff, yeah, I think it works. I think it works, especially if you pick it up in a couple years. Who's the hottest Cobra Kai actor? Obviously, the TV, who is Watch Party. Do you think Chosen overstayed his welcome after season 5? Amanda maybe did, but he moved out back into the dojo, and then shortly after he left anyway. So, Terry Story's spirit haunt his enemies in the spiritual world. Yeah. Miyagi spinoff is the one you want to see. Yeah, I still think that's the most common. Sorry for being verbose. You are forgiven. Who's the hottest actress in Cobra Kai? Whoever you want. Everyone's got their own taste. You know, what's it matter? Like, what's it matter? What's your favorite season of Cobra Kai? I always love season 1. Perfect season. Season 6 is a little wobbly at the start, but it ends so strong. It matches season 1, I would say. So the 2. Okay, this is interesting. The worst and best episodes of season 6 from Mistance is different, is what you're saying? Is your name? Or my stance is different. My stance is different. I'm trying to read your name here. Your username. All right, worst and best episode is season 6. So the worst episodes are in the beginning for sure. Yeah, I would say episode 2, simply because it's an episode of low stakes. Everything's a little bit lower stakes. Johnny finding a house, I get it, but like it's not a big deal. The frat fight, it's a little interesting, but and it's fun to see like Kyler, because this is the thing, like Kyler's fun, but like the whole storyline is kind of like a low stakes storyline. And what's the third one? There's I don't even remember. There's something else going on in that one, and I don't even remember. Let me pull it up. Oh, the Kreese and Dagobah. Yeah, the Kreese stuff. Because like I'm thinking, well, it's Korea, but yeah, the Kreese stuff. Maybe the most interesting, but like not exactly original, like and kind of quick to the point. So I would say 2. Best episode, if I guess 15. Ace Degenerate. Ex Degenerate. Want to know more about Sato? Will Sato be a part of it? Unless they do flashbacks. I loved the actor they had for Sato. I loved the actor they had for Sato. And would love to see more of him. He was so good. Um, but I don't. I imagine the Miyagi prequel being of him in America. What was the weakest season? So there's definitely a lot of different thoughts on weakest season. For me, weakest season is yeah, I still say season 3. Um, even though season 3 has some of the funniest parts of the show, some of the best soundtrack, and may actually have the best soundtrack, season 3. Um, is like good moments, but I feel like season 3, the climax was a little like haphazard. Um, it just kind of comes really fast, and it's not built up as well as the others. Um, there's a few things about like the Vietnam stuff I didn't necessarily like. I didn't dislike, but it wasn't like everything I was looking for, and that's not necessarily a fault of season 3, but like um it didn't give me everything I was looking for. So yeah, I guess that's my take on season 3. He's not chosen to have a lot of fight scenes. Yeah, there just weren't as many fights to go around. Art well during lockdown. The ending of season 6 should have bring good endings toward all the characters. For the most part, it did. Could you rank adult characters from worst to best? Well, like, how do you define worst? Just like who I personally don't like, who's like the best karate fighters, like who's evil? Like, is it, do you mean worst as in evil? Hmm. Because I really don't have a list for you. Um, that's kind of too hard. Episode 12. The VR karate. The VR karate was a little iffy. Like, it's not the most amazing thing. It had some fun moments, but episode 12 ended really strong. All the Johnny stuff, Johnny with Bobby, and then ultimately Bobby kind of officiating the wedding, the birth of the baby. Um, I think like to say episode 12 is awful, I disagree with that. Um, like I would say the only thing that wasn't like amazing was the VR karate. I agree it wasn't like the best stuff, but I actually think the chosen blind date stuff was good. So I disagree with that assessment. Turning point for 6 when Silver came back in episode. If well, for sure, yeah. It's about halfway through the season. Are you going to quit the channel? No. Do you not like flashbacks in general? This is a question from Jonathan, based on what I said in the Vietnam stuff. No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm very okay with flashbacks. Um, I had been predicting Vietnam flashbacks for a long time, actually. I really thought I thought, figured, and knew that was coming. Um, it was an interesting idea, like the stuff they had, and I think it was all good. Um, it just didn't gel as well as I would have liked. It could be a me thing. Other people love it. I get that, but it didn't quite like gel. It had some other things that annoyed me. The character Ponytail, like, that was just so frustrating. Actually, like, hey, it's a misdirect, but I don't know. Most annoying adult character was probably season 5 or 6 years. See, Ramen, you say it's annoying, but other people really liked him. Like he grew on Fiance Party, and she ended up thinking he was, you know, he was her favorite character. Dimitri and Hawk could have went to MIT. Yeah, they actually could have, but whatever. Kenny's story ended in part 2, but to have him in the background with no lines for a series regular is awful. Let's give him moments with Robbie's story. You just got to do the story as you have it, right? You just can't go around adding scenes and lines just because, oh, we need it. Because then it gets bloated, then it gets long. It's okay. I just like I get it, but I don't necessarily think the show would be better for it. It's not like, damn, if he had a line, it would have been so much better. It's not going to make the show better, and ultimately, that's how those decisions are made. Sometimes the show, even if it's nice in a good moment, the show is better with it removed. That's the job of an editor, right? That's editing. Um, who is your favorite sensei or student? I pick student, and I'll say Miguel. Because ultimately their grades were good, and seeing them get suspended for 2 weeks. The question is, how did Hawk and Dimitri get into a top college? Because top colleges are looking for go getters, a little bit of a rabble rouser, and maybe suspension can actually help, or they just don't care. They looked at their grades. Wearing out his welcome, him and Crease, and I hate to say it, Silver too. I feel like Silver went away at the right time, though. You know what I mean? Season 5, okay, big fight, he loses, and then he's gone for like the first 8 episodes or so, and he comes back at the end of episode 8 in season 6. So first season focus on the early years in Okinawa with the young Sato. I mean, maybe, but do you really want teenager Miyagi? They'd probably have to go hire another actor. I think it's a little bit much. T Flex Champ is here. Thank you for coming on in, T Flex Champ. Hawk and Dimitri vibing, packing, heading off to college when Caltech is a 30-minute drive from the valley. Yeah. Yeah, it's in Pasadena. Do you believe Silver increase? Believe what? I believe them. Oh, here. Do you believe increase could have died or stayed alive or something interview if you wanted to change the story? I have no desire to change the storyline. I believe so. I believe yeah, I believe it was good the way it went. Okay, what is the Miyagi spinoff cover? Maybe all his life to 1980. I suspect it starts probably after World War II. It starts with him coming back. That's where I would say. So like 1945, 46, somewhere in the late 40s, is what I would say. And then yeah, I think it could go all the way up to like 1980 or so. We could have time skips and see Miyagi in a different decade or something. You could do 4 or 5 seasons, each season a new decade. They're going to meet Sheldon, yeah. Yeah, Sheldon at Caltech. How come Dennis didn't appear? Um, because he was lurking in the shadows then. He didn't show up until later. That's what Dennis is like. So hold on a second here. You can see it. But let's go. What are we talking about? A little bit about Miyagi family, LaRusso family. Poor Sam there. Anything you want. Yeah. So LaRusso family, not so good. I think it's actually funny. Miyagi talks about Sam as his granddaughter, but he never talks about Anthony as his grandson. Sam gets the pearls. Sam gets the pearls. Anthony gets nothing. What if Sam fought Zara in the finals? That's a good question. Do you think Sam would have done as well as Tori? Probably not. I don't think Sam had like the personal motivation the way Tori did. Maybe Miyagi has a gift for Anthony. Well, I guess that's true. We don't know what other mystery things he had. Do you believe the writers do you think the writers believe the Hector issue is closed? Well, yes, and we actually got kind of a word from that from Joe and Luan, who wrote that episode, who wrote 502. Joe and Luan talked about it and talked about how their intention in writing the episode was to feel like it had closure, right? Everything was done and finished off. So, yeah, it kind of hurt to hear that because I was like, don't they know that's not closure? None of that was closure, but that's what they thought anyway. So, you made a fanfic of Silver knowing Lucille or Ponytail was her brother. Lucille and Silver were boyfriend, girlfriend, and he is Daniel's real father. Yeah, people love making those jokes that like Daniel is Terry Silver's son. All those crazy things. Dude, I don't know about the gravestone. Johnny was so drunk during that time. Who knows? Oh, Anthony and Kenny were in the background. Maybe. I know of that scene. But yeah, I don't know if you probably can't see them anywhere. I didn't look for them. That's right. Anthony's not at this dinner. I didn't even realize. Yeah. Anyway, it got cut. Yeah. He did have Miguel's backpack. He did. Do you think Sensei Kim deserved a happy ending? Sure. Sure. People thought Dimitri's dad was Silver. Yeah. We should likely assume Daniel asked Lucille about everything in those. Perhaps, but you would assume she doesn't know. Miyagi didn't go around telling people things, so. Oh, Mega Cloud lost. Everyone lost moderator status. Let me see. It's tough. It's tough. All right, hold on. Look at this. All right. There we go. Oh, Johnny says it's time for dinner. Yeah, I can see that. They're like, where's the off the other way? Oh, that's Miguel. Yeah. As much as I love the show characters, I think the only spinoff they should do is the Miyagi prequel. I think you're right. I think you're right, man. And I've said this in my videos. Like if the first one is really successful, they can do more. But like it takes the first one being successful. That's what it's all about. So yeah. We never saw Bert or Nate. Yeah, I think they had their finale in episode 10. But that's okay. They ran out of money, guys. They ran out of money. T-Flex Champ going to Walmart. He's going to get some chicken wings and probably he's getting chicken wings, some aspirin, and some chalk for lifting weights. That's what he's getting at Walmart. They were the right age. Small stuff. He's getting chicken nuggets. He's getting chicken nuggets, not chicken wings, chicken nuggets. Where was Johnny and why was Carmen all by herself at the dinner? I guess he was passed out or something, according to them. I didn't even notice. For some reason, I just always assumed Johnny was with Carmen. I didn't notice. Oh, he's passed out snoring on the couch. How did I even miss this line? There you go. That's right. Yeah. So Johnny's passed out from training. Hector needs his own spinoff. I would be okay with that. I am fine with Hector Salazar getting more. I am totally fine with that. I thought there was a lot more to do. Yeah, Owen was there. Was he? Maybe. But yeah, they basically ran out of money. So remember Mitch and Chris were there were actually going to film at the house scene for episode 10, but they sent Mitch and Chris home probably because they didn't have enough money. So what they decided is they would use Bert and Nate in the house scene, and then they used Mitch and Chris in the stands at the tournament, right? So that's kind of how they did it. Where was Chosen? He was out resting. Are they? Yeah, I mean, they said they didn't really intend on using it. They were just kind of shooting it for fun. But yeah. A Cobra Kai one shot with most of the characters? Maybe, but I don't know. That's not as exciting. What if Robbie was in Cobra Kai against Axel? Well, if Axel breaks Robbie's leg or back or whatever, it doesn't work so well. Like so then Cobra Kai loses and the Iron Dragons win. From here to here, had a bad day. Well, come here. You can talk some Cobra Kai and have a good day, I think. Yeah. Melissa's here. Bonsai. I think she means bonsai. 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 Bonsai tree. Bonsai. But I think Melissa thinks I'm a tree, not a television. It's a sign of honor. How much time went by in the ending? Robbie looks like he healed from his injuries pretty quickly. It could be a couple months. Time undetermined. You know, the closing montage. Because actually they're going to school, so it's at least at the end of the summer then. So it's been several months. Oh, sorry. Would you have been interested in a Sakai Takai tournament that was like an Olympic format? Sam and Hawk could have been involved then in consolation match fights. Sure, but it's not as dramatic. Having like a third place fight. Biggest breakout star in your opinion? Carrie is saying it's Paul Walter Hauser. Certainly Paul Walter Hauser has had the biggest career turnaround. Maybe it helped a little bit. His career was on the trajectory. So But Sholo's done pretty well. I mean, Sholo, especially getting into DC universe now, pretty good. Peyton was already kind of big, so yeah. Oh, Melissa, you don't have to apologize. You can deal with every family issue. It's fine. I am understanding, so don't worry. No need to apologize, Melissa. So happy Axel didn't listen to Wolf for Silver and break Miguel's spine. Yeah, it's kind of a moment, isn't it? Especially when you realize if he had, they might have won. I thought they were able to sub in a new captain for Miyagi. Well, not in the middle of the fight. The fight was over and Robbie lost. They should have shown Yoon and Kim's reaction to Kwan's death during the end of part 2. Maybe, but they're. I mean, we do see Kim Daoon make a face at one point. Yoon is a little less important. You know, you got to focus on your main characters ultimately. Was confused why they had one fight a day. Yeah. What did you miss? Riveting discussion about something. A little bit about the family dinner that Anthony and Kenny were in the other room and Johnny was passed out. Robbie did. He's best. Yeah. Day 1 was Robbie versus Axel. Day 2, Tori versus Sam. Day 3, the finals. Day 4 was the Sensei fight. Pretty much, yeah. Sholo, Peyton. I mean, you could argue Sholo, Peyton have already taken off. Tanner's gotten a lot more work too. We'll see what happens with Dallas. Were you surprised that guy lasted the entire season? A little bit. Like I knew it was going to be long. Like I suspected, like 5 episodes. I didn't expect this much, but it's kind of like 7 episodes, really. No, 8 episodes. Because it's episode 13, right? 13, 14, 15. How many of the actors want to continue in the Cobra Kai world if they get so popular it'll affect spinoffs? Yeah, it could. But you know, it depends on what happens, you know. You know, we'll see how like Mary does. She hasn't had any other work for a while. Um yeah, Mary hasn't done anything else for a while. Because she was in other stuff, but I don't know. We'll see what if she comes around. I wish they would start an episode. Well, just hit next episode on your Netflix and keep going. Understandable, Carrie. You know, people have to come in and out, but you know, maybe missed you at the meetup, but that's okay. There will be others. Do you think they should have ended the tournament in part 2 instead of carrying it in part 3? Well, I mean, part 3 essentially revolved around the rest of the tournament, so that would mean basically a completely different story. I thought there might have been a different story at some point, but no. But it worked what they had. So, and it all led up to the finals of Johnny fighting Wolf. So, yeah. Yeah, Miguel won it for Robbie after what Axel did to him. He did. But Axel didn't want to fight dirty again, so he fought good. Do you feel that Robbie and Dimitri were written poorly? Like I blame the writing. Um, they were frustrating as characters. Yeah, you can argue it's good writing, bad writing, good writing. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. What if Miguel and Sam do their own Karate Kid 2 movie? They go to visit many beautiful places, meet new rivalries, break the ice. Sam and Miguel having tea ceremony and maybe an Okinawa tournament. Well, okay, but you don't want it to be completely like Karate Kid 2. That's like a little bit too much. You know, it's got to be its own thing. I like them. I liked the idea of them some sort of adventure or some sort of lost artifact or something, you know? Bad guys trying to stop them. Surprised we got the Sakai Takai in its entirety in the last tournament. A C-lister turned it into a music video. Oh, you, Carrie. The Lost Lobos podcast, Lone Lobos, whatever it is. Yeah, a lot of people like them. Jacob and Sholo. Packing up the LSC of the previous. You can imagine the reaction. Just sometimes putting everything in the show just ultimately lessens it. You know, you got to keep it fresh, you know, keep the emotional moment. If you just start showing everyone's reaction to this, reaction to that, it kind of like hurts it a little, like it takes it away. Oh yeah, Brett Ernst and Dan Utz doing the Cobra Kai rewatch podcast already. Um I'm aware of it. I haven't listened to any of the episodes yet. I don't know if I'll get to it. Who's gonna watch a show about Dimitri and Eli? Yeah. She ends up with Axel, yeah. A new Korean Cobra Kai character and not have Tori rejoin. Well, Tori didn't rejoin. She was always in there. She was always in it. Dimitri is unbearable. They should have kept him in a reduced role like season 5. His story was over a while back. A little bit. The scene I really wanted to see was Sam, Tori, Miguel, Robbie, Hawk, Dimitri bow to each other. The net of season 3 was awesome when Daniel and Johnny did so for the first time. The end of season 3 was also when Daniel and Johnny did so the first time. Yes. Robbie IMO is pretty bad writing, heavily out of character. His character is heavily softened in the way he's treated makes me not root for Miguel as much. Well, doesn't change your rooting for Miguel, but I feel like Robbie could have been better. The MIT arc was pointless. They made up at the end of season 3. They shouldn't have another conflict. Yeah, it was like a little bit. It was a little bit forced. It's like, come on, dude. Come on. It's not that big a deal. Like, it's not that big a deal, man. Did Miguel gets his sponsors since he won? Yeah, it's unclear. It seems like instead Miguel wanted to spend $60,000 a year on college. Did Kareem and Cobra Kai have any female? Yes. There was even another girl at the Sakai Kai. There were 2 girls. There was another one with Tori. I think that the girl who was the other one, she was also played the stunt. She was the stunt double for Kim Da-hoon. I think, yeah. Reaction shots from Ken Cole, etc. kind of took me out of part 3 on repeat. What do you mean, Ken Cole? Do you mean like a reaction? Did Ken Cole do a reaction video? I don't know what you're referring to. Did he like do reactions and you watched it or something? Is that what you mean, Ken Cole, the YouTuber? Or Sam runs Chosen's dojo because he did say you have a class, yeah. And her and Miguel go on their own adventures, new scrolls. Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? Gonna watch them again? Oh yeah, go for it. They really did jack the price the day of. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I like Johnny, but he was pretty awful in part 1. He made Tori's mother death about himself, pushed her away. She was indirectly responsible for Kennedy laxative incident by fighting Barnes. I think to blame Johnny for the laxatives is a bit of a stretch. Oh, Ken Cole was behind the scenes with William Christopher Ford. Oh, is that a video he put out? I think maybe he did or something. Yeah. Jay Kisses is here. Hey, Jay Kisses. Thank you for coming hanging with us. Oh, he's in the fight. Oh, I didn't see him. I know Drew's there. I saw Drew. For some reason, like I weirdly, I saw Drew the very first time I watched. I was like, "Hey, that's Drew," and then a lot of times I don't see him, in subsequent viewings. You know what I mean? Can put a video. Who's he behind? Like which? I'm curious. I don't know. I didn't see Ken Cole. Well, he's not there. I'll have to find him. I don't see San Miguel Binary Brothers spinoff being successful. It'd be like the college years. I think Sam and Miguel has a little more potential than Binary Brothers, in my own opinion. Denisha's here. Thank you. Steel book box set Cobra Kai. Ken put out the video. Yeah. I can't believe it's been a month. Yeah. Miguel says he got deferred to Stanford to Sam. Like, how does he not get tons of full ride scholarships? He won the world tournament. Yeah, I don't know. Where was Ken in the audience? I don't know. Johnny intervened with Mike's selection by asking him to give Devin a shot. Flag race. Mike. Well, maybe, I mean, Mike Barnes agreed with Johnny that maybe he had overlooked Devin. I don't think we can put this on Johnny or Mike Barnes. Maybe he felt like Devin deserved another shot. I mean, Mike Barnes ultimately agreed with him. So I wouldn't put it on Johnny. Like, and like you can't really, it's completely Devin who did that, not Johnny. Like that's kind of like I mean, at that point, you could say Daniel's responsible because it was his idea to bring in Mike Barnes in the first place, right? Whatever happened to Ron, I don't know. Maybe ultimately the day they shot, he was unavailable. You know, right after one of Johnny's points on Wolf. Is that him? Is that King Cole right there? Shit, I can't even tell. It kind of looks like him. Um, T Flex Champ is back. He bought the chicken nuggets. Hector Zalazar, Binary Brothers, Robbie Tori spinoff. Yeah. Do you think it'd be a tournament in Okinawa in a spinoff where Sam gets a win? Um, I mean, potentially. I mean, if they go that way, I kind of like the idea of a completely different idea, but potentially, sure. I mean, there could be a tournament anywhere. So anywhere, any spinoff, there could always be a tournament. So for sure. There you go. Oof. You think future Miguel Sam could become jealous seeing Robbie and Tori become famous and make money like they weren't? Maybe. Although you would think Miguel and Sam could just do the same thing. Why go to school? It seems dumb. They cut Johnny's interview. Maybe. I don't know. They probably didn't shoot anymore. It's probably everything they see. Hmm. Spinoff where Robbie gets a tournament win. Well, that is more of what he's doing. He's on the tournament circuit, so that could be a spinoff plot line, or the fact that Robbie's never won a tournament. Yeah, Miguel and Sam Okinawa spinoff sounds lame. Holy crap, it's Ken Cole. Yeah, Mike Barnes did a damn good job training his students. Yeah, he was tough. He was tough. Oh, that's Amanda, and there's Ken. Wants Sam to get a win as well. Wish it against Zara, maybe. Watch party is always right. You are invited to my funeral to tell me told you so. Wow, that's very kind of you. Wish we got the purple mohawk. Yeah. They never went back to purple, did they? They never did. Went back to blue. Are you talking about the Mike Barnes auditions? I think that's because ultimately Barnes had final say. So like no one had like a special, you know. Actually, that's a good shot of Chosen here. How did I not see that? That's a good shot. Seen Okinawa on YouTube. It's beautiful. Definitely on the list. Yeah, me too. There's some great shots of Okinawa on YouTube. Cobra Kai never dies. Yeah. Do you think Wolf was toxic to Zara like he was? No, we never saw that. How come Watch Party was it? Maybe I was there. You don't know. Which shot has me in it? The shot with the TV, of course. Definitely. Kreese understood how to maximize his student's strength. I feel if Miguel trained with him longer, he could have been at his best. Yes. The blue and green representing him and Dimitri. Sure. Still can't believe Barnes lost to John. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Barnes is a top student. I do not believe they ever completed Sid's arc. Did he reconcile with Johnny? Sid didn't have an arc. Don't think every character, every person has an arc. No, Sid didn't have an arc. You know, Sid was just the never changing, you know, I was going to say rude. I don't know. Just unempathetic, like mean stepdad, right? You know, he gave Johnny his mom's engagement ring, but you almost think Sid gave it to Johnny not because he wanted to do something nice for Johnny, but because he was doing it for himself. He just didn't want it around anymore. That's the nicest thing. If you want to consider that's his arc. That's his arc. He did one nice thing for Johnny at the end. Don't want it to interfere with school spirits. You like season 2? I didn't watch it, so I don't know, but seemed like some people liked it. The OG Cobra, Edwin. I think he was there somewhere, wasn't he? Shoving Dimitri arrived late to the match. There it is, right there. Woo. Yeah. What do you think of Axel as a character? Some people hate him. What do you think of him? I think he's got a lot of potential. He's a tough, no nonsense Russian dude. I got a comment today. He's from Hong Kong. I'm like, no, he's Russian. He just fights for the Hong Kong dojo. Sorry, I'm rebooting this because it gets ugly after a while. Looks like watch party to me right here. Anyway. Robbie and Tori's show will not survive on their own. It will flop. It sounds boring. Yeah, I think many of them aren't as gripping. That's why the anthology idea, like you could do one shots. Watch party sitting right next to Braylon. Let's just pretend Barnes was co-sensei to Johnny in Cobra Kai. I like that idea. I've always liked that idea. Barnes working for Johnny or with Johnny. Sid got with homeless lines. School spirits is amazing. Edwin is behind Daniel. Yeah, I thought he was there. I was pretty sure he was there. Has to do hand jobs. Yeah. I do think Robbie could have won against him, but I don't think Robbie could have won by enough to win overall. So, like Miyagi-Do winning overall is tough. all the villains come together to stop. So yeah, that was a good moment. How comes Wolf wasn't toxic with Zara? Because he's soft on the girls, man. Wolf is only tough on the guys. It's just what it is, man. They would kill Sid. No, I didn't think they were ever going to kill Sid. Robbie Torrey spinoff with Mike Barnes. Didn't I put that idea in my video? Aren't I the one that put that out somewhere? Where did I say that? I think it was in the video, but I mean, I like that idea. And I think it makes sense. But I don't know if a Robbie Torrey spinoff is the most amazing idea out of potential. If you could pick one episode you could have been there to film them scene, you mean other than the ones I did see? Pick one episode. Man, I don't know. I mean, maybe 15, like just the training montage and stuff. Another them taking in skeleton costumes, yeah. Because men don't hit women, but in karate they do. The girl going to Mexico, they just canceled the 2020, probably. Axel standing up to Wolf, yeah. He did lose the tournament though. That's understandable. Mm-hmm. Sean mentioned Barnes took a liking towards Kenny, which is a neat detail. Both have ties to silver. A cool way they could have added Barnes would have been to see him training Kenny between 5 and 8. Yeah. I mean, is there more? There's always, they could have always done more, but they didn't have money and time. You know, it's good to just keep it small, you know? How many scenes do you think they deleted? I have no idea. You know, we'll find out whenever they release the deleted scenes, but what is this? Cobra Kai. I don't know how many scenes. There's Drew. We'll see. Miguel going to Mexico makes you more. Axel's not really a bad guy. He was being used and he was alone. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's, you know, men, we get used like that and it makes you feel alone and it's hard to fight back or assert yourself and just gain the respect you should have earned. More likely to see a continuation in teen stories, or do you think it will more likely to see a time skip where they're all grown up with kids? No, I don't. I do think it's less likely we get a continuation of the teen stories. What if this is me? What if this is me? And here I am, and you guys don't even know it. Here I am. Look at this. This man here. Is this watch party? We'll have to find out. Started to see the budget, yeah. How many did they delete off, Kenny's? Miguel's father never put his hands on the girls, yeah. Thank you for coming, Melissa. We'll probably be in here in a second, so I'm glad you were able to make it. Best of luck there going with your family. Mike Barnes, he called Mitch muscles. Yeah. You were a bald with a goatee. Yeah. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Johnny was tough on everyone. He was only physical with the boys. Was he? Yeah. He did want Miguel to knock Aisha around a little bit. I do not think Daniel will make any reference to his kids. You would think Daniel was single and celibate from the movie alone. They didn't care anymore. Yeah, it was supposed to be a team of 6, but it doesn't matter anymore. Recommend see Queen Cobra videos? I don't know what you mean. I don't think there's going to be any Cobra Kai cameo in the movie. He wanted Miguel to hurt Aisha. He didn't want Miguel to hurt Aisha. They were just having him fight. He wanted to see what she could do. Yeah, maybe Bert and Nate will show up. You can see he's wearing. Okay, yeah, that's because Ralph just wears his real wedding ring, like in the show. Like that's just his real wedding ring. It's not a prop. Like they just let him in. It's easy. So yes, he has the wedding ring. So that's it. Mike Barnes is karate's bad boy. He is. You're not very excited about that movie? No. Yes, I know who Cobra Kai Kid is. You don't have to tell me. He's worn that shirt. Like I actually recognize that shirt from something. Either just posts on Instagram or from videos or something. To watch one single match? Yeah. Wouldn't you? Okay, guys, I gotta go. Videos coming soon. I've been doing wedding stuff and I just haven't had as much time to get videos, but I promise stuff is going to be coming because it has to. More likely we'll get the teens as adults, probably in their 20s, maybe, but I think that's a less likely story overall. That's what I'm trying to say. I think there's other stuff to focus on. Miyagi, maybe young Silver. We'll see. Thank you all, everyone. Have a great day. See you at the next watch party. Bye-bye.